Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? YDBTdaily Friday edition. I usually don't do Friday shows because typically I want to get my Friday started and do stuff. But Fridays aren't like Fridays anymore. You know what I mean? Like Fridays are like they're the end to the work week for Lund Racing, but they're the beginning of my the content creation, the working on my vehicles. So there isn't really time off per se. So when there is time off, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm just like, do I just relax or keep making money? So what I try to do, the best thing I try to do is stay busy during the weekend specifically. No, go lay down. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Every time I start talking, he's like, "What are you doing? I want to do something." Typically, being a content creator, YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, it's hard to squeeze in 20 hours a week of YouTube stuff while you have 40 hours a week doing other stuff. So today, I'd like to talk about: did you achieve your performance goals this year? I'm going to tell you why I didn't. Many things that happened. The main thing, obviously, is the EPA. I'll be honest with you. Once the EPA came down on shops, motivation went to negative. The motivation went away to modify the vehicles, race the vehicles. It's almost something like you don't want to do anymore because, the last thing I want to do is end up going to jail because I want to, modify my vehicles. Crazy stuff. So let's say hi to the people here before we get too into it and go from there. Denzel, Clip Clop, Fresh Pastelas, and JD Swag and Matt 2011 GT were the first people that said, "Hey, how y'all doing?" So glad to see you guys on. JD Swag is one of the mods. YouTube Corrupt and a free speech is another mod. Hamid Mosawi says, "Good evening." I don't know what he's talking about. What's up, says Pablo VQ. Nick Rogers, Mendoza's Coyote, Mike Smith. I smell butthurt. Lucifer became a Bitch Love member. Thank you. Appreciate that very much for becoming a member. That's the steady money. The steady money is the memberships 100%. Excuse me. I've had a lingering cough, probably the Rona. Who the fuck knows? King Yodi S550, Eliza, Boosted 10R80, Matt 2011 GT. Matt 2011 GT says he uses live link with the dead rat to data log because someone said, "Can you do an HP tuner scanner tutorial?" I'm like, no, I really don't want to do that. I don't like using scanner, and the last thing I want to do is try to explain scanner. I would fucking punch the screen. No, thank you. Oh, it's so easy, Alex. Cool story. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Evan Smith, Sam Bowie, Mike's Garage, Carlos Arroyo, Robert Kenny, Twisted 500. Did you get your shit done yet, Twisted 500? You know what we're talking about. You know what we're talking about. That shit should have been to the track already. If not, something's up, or hopefully it's this weekend. Chevy Lifestyles and Cracker and Spool and Ford. What's up, Alex and Tony? So how you guys doing? So go ahead and type in, did you achieve your goals? What were they? By when did you achieve them by? And then what are your future goals? My goal for this year was to race the GT500 a lot. Subsequently, trans issues. Like when I bought the car, it had a trans leak. So I had to find out what it was, and that took months because I just don't have time. Then it had an intercooler leak. Then it had a lack of charging issue. I basically received a car that was not race ready. I ran it at Maple Grove, and when I bought it, it for some reason just wasn't what it was at Maple Grove. Okay, so fixing the intercooler issue, the ice tank, diagnosing and fixing the trans stuff, and diagnosing and fixing the alternator stuff was a collective effort by Power by the Hour, Mike Chamberlain, and we all kind of did it all, and I spent a good chunk of change getting that fucker fixed. So racing went to the back burner, and by the time I was able to race the car was late in the game, which was like last week or this week. Boy, that felt like last week. And I think the trans needs new clutches. Yay me. So basically that's race car stuff. So the goals were not met. The Fairmont, that car just drives, and I just enjoy cruising around in it and fucking around. The goals have been met with that car. White car, number 7 cylinder went to shit. Red car ran 11.2 earlier this year. So see if at the end of this year we run 10s. I'm going to sell it 25 to 26,000 bucks. But I want to run that 10-second elapsed time first. It's got full complement of Steeda stuff. It's got a bunch of good parts. And I'm going to make a video, a for sale video, outlining everything that's done to that car so that when you buy it for the money that I'm asking for, you're going to go, holy shit, I'm getting a lot of car for that money just to justify the sale price. But basically the other goal was not only to run the GT500 often, but to run a 7 in it. And that's not going to happen until at least later this year. We're going to take the trans down. Me and Jake had a game plan. I was talking to Keith Ray about it, but then Jake was like, Alex, come on. The thing's right here. These transmissions are fucking cake. There's nothing to it. He does 6R80s, 10R80s all the time. He goes, this ain't shit compared to that. I said, okay, I trust you because he knows way more about transmissions than I do. So we're going to try to fuck with it here. And I'll do a video opening it up, see what it looks like, and see if we can find issues with the converter, if the fins are flopped over, or if the clutches are burnt, or both, and see how to remedy the issue going forward. So those were the goals. What were yours? Was Lund Racing able to help you achieve those goals? Me, the motivation went to zero with EPA stuff, with SCT stuff. Just motivation kept going lower and lower and lower and lower. And then, a lot of you guys probably complain that a lot of my videos, especially the live videos, are complaining about, oh, you're tuning and customers are all stupid and all this stuff. Sorry, guys. That's just the fact of the matter. It's just, I'm giving you a small view as to how it is to work in this industry. And if I can give you guys any advice, is do not work in an industry that you love. You know what I mean? Don't work in the automotive performance and racing industry if you love performance and racing. Don't work in it. It will make your motivation go to zero. Because once it becomes a job, the fun aspect of it is over. How many times have you met somebody that was good at something, made it a business, and then hated his business because it was used to be something he got away to relax, and then it became the biggest stress point of his life, is to what he used to do for fun and to relax now became a business, and a thriving business, and then you hate yourself for it. I've known a lot of guys that became that way, where they became good. Like Jake, for example, is a good example. Jake worked on cars on the side, worked at a Ford dealership, was a badass trans builder and just badass tech in general, did some stuff on the side, built race cars, went racing, had a bunch of fun. Then he made it a business, and it's like, yeah, it's not fun anymore because you got to deal with, let's be honest, a bunch of prima donna, high-end pussy ass motherfuckers that feel they deserve something because they paid for, I deserve better treatment. No, you deserve a service. You paid for a service. Here's a service. Get the car out of my shop. But then they want, basically, you own that car forever. Even shit that you didn't work on. How many of you work on cars? Car leaves the shop, and the guy goes, my AC don't work. Sir, I didn't touch your AC. Well, I don't know, because I dropped it off. It had working AC. I'm like, dude, I did the rear end. I put in a G-force rear end with axles and bare brakes. Yep, but I don't know. AC doesn't work. So now what do you have to do as a tech? You got to fix his AC. I'd be like, go fuck yourself. But you got to do right by him and say, well, maybe I kicked a line. Who the fuck knows? And you got to do it. And they'll be just up your ass until you fix the issue. Jay Loba said, channel support, making the last bit of the day enjoyable. Thank you. It is a Friday. I thought, might as well talk a little shit with the guys here. Not a lot of people are going to be on because people are just getting the Modelos, getting the Coronas, and they're ready to get fucked up and end the work week, and not going to listen to me. My goal was achieved, 800 horsepower with the 2300. Due to back orders, I never got to the track. So next year, it's time to dial in the suspension. Very nice. Mine was almost done, but couldn't head out to the track, but it was okay for me. Nope, wanted to hit 170 plus in the half mile in my newly finished 900 horsepower build. Ended up missing all of the events due to not getting my Calamar Stage 3 back for 5 months. I smell butthurt. See, so he was a subject to supply chain issues. Just getting my new motor in the car back on the street this year was huge. Bought a house for me and the kids. Post-divorce was the biggest goal reached. Wow, good for you, because after a divorce, I know how hard it is to get back on your feet. So the fact that you were able to get a house and you have kids, good for you. People who complain were at fault themselves. Donald Trump says, serious question, Alex. Ported Manny better with or without MRCs? IMRCs. So I disagree with Lund Racing on this. I prefer you keep IMRCs active when boosted, like all the time. I think the only reason you want to delete IMRC is to clean up the engine bay from vacuum lines. But I don't give two fucking shits about what your engine bay looks like. My job is to tune your car, and that's how I view everything. I don't care that you can route the lines easier. I don't care that it looks nicer under the hood. I don't care that you have more space behind the manifold. What I care is that I don't have to do many things to the tune because it works fine. On my boosted Vortec car, IMRCs are active, but in the tune, they're forced open. So why in the fuck would I need to get them out of there? Why would I need to get them out of there? So IMRCs, in my opinion, should stay active as much as possible. Now, others at Lund Racing might totally disagree, but you're asking me, and I want them active as much as possible, whether the manifold is ported or not. Because the only reason you want them locked open is to maybe clean up the engine bay. I don't think at wide open throttle, they're commanded to flap open. So I don't see what the difference is in terms of power if you lock them open or not. If in the tune, they're locked open. If it's just a matter of a clean engine bay, I could give two shits about how clean your engine bay is. Lund had me gapping scats all summer. Evening, Alex. John Lund in the house. How you doing, John Lund? Yeah, John Lund was looking for it's crazy how you can lose parts really easy during a move, and they were looking for a torque converter most of the day. Luckily, they found it. Hopefully, Mr. Lund can get that converter back in the car, because we suspect that the converter that was in the car just said, nah, we're good. And the old one just worked fine, so might as well go back to what works. Desert 1320 says, depends on who you work with. Trump, the grammar police are here. They want to talk to you. My goal was to stack paper and replace my transmission. I was able to save. Anyone else notice? The more they save, the less they want to spend. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had 2 massive bills due end of November to the tune of $20,000. I'm not flexing. I am just telling you the truth. It took a long time to save up that money. And I'm like, fuck me. Fuck me. I have to, it's one of those things where you're like stacking it. You see it in the bank and you're like, this ain't mine. This is going to be gone in a heartbeat. Coyote says, senior in the house. Made my insane goal of doing a twin turbo CSU blow through on a Gen 2 Coyote, and it runs freaking awesome. 50 pounds, C4 trans, just died at NMRA. 680 swaps the bitcho now for that next year. Gotcha. Wait, CSU? What's a C? Blow through on a carburetor? How the hell are you going to control the 6R80 with a quick 6? Good luck with that one. Goals for this year: to get a promotion at work, stack some paper. Goals achieved. Pat the one. Good for you. Well, we just flew past everything. What keeps you motivated to keep doing cars? Says Second Shift Racing. I'm going to be honest with you. My motivation to work on my own vehicles is gone. It's gone. And it's because every day, that's what you're doing for 8 hours a day. So the last thing you want to do, think about it this way. Let's say you're a carpenter all day, and all you're doing is working on houses and fucking with wood and all this shit. About the last thing you want to do when you stop doing that is work on more fucking wood and dumb shit at your own house. Like, that's the last thing you want to do. So that's the position I'm in. All day, every day, I have to hear about everyone's issues and motor, tunes, and I have to adjust and oh, it's your issue. It's diagnosing and you're wrong, and you're right. And I'm gonna go to Facebook and ask people that, and then you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work on my personal car after a full day of arguing with people, because look, it's become super argumentative and adversarial because the clientele has changed. It's just changed. It's just different. Like, the people now are just totally different than they were 5 years ago. So, the last thing I want to do is go home and work on cars. That's the last thing I want to do, is go home and work on cars. So my motivation is gone. How do I get it back? I have no idea. I have no idea how to get it back, but the motivation is absolute zero. So it's real difficult to stay motivated. Polished Bullet said, hey, how you doing, bro? Ending the week with Alex is great. Throw some tequila down and knock back Mini Bike Madman. Damn close. 3 points have another ET Series championship in Outlaw Diesel Super Street. Super Series. Looking forward to 2022 season with my 2020 RCSB and some Ford events. Good for you, Kenneth Phillips. That sounds badass. The F-150 had some valve body and throttle body issues. All sorted now. Signed up for a rental next weekend in case you want to join. I'm not going to any fucking rental. I'm done with rentals. I'm done racing. I'm going to do my own thing, man. I just want to disappear into a fucking hole and just race with nobody around. I just want to do my own thing. I don't want to go to a rental. I don't want to see people. I don't want to talk to people. I'm up to here with racing. I'm just like, if I race, I want to do it on my own. Just for personal, I don't want to go to a rental because then what does a rental become? If Alex goes to a rental where there are other people that know me, they're going to want to blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I love you. I love you. I didn't come here to talk to you, bro. I love you. I didn't come here to talk to you. I came here to race my car and then leave. No offense, guys. I know I might sound like a fucking dickhead right now, but what I do for 8 hours a day is that. All day, clickety-clack. And do you think I want to go to a rental, pay $300 to a rental to then have people come up to me and, no offense, just bug the shit out of me? No. I'll stay my ass home for that. Reluctant to tell you this, but I did purchase an 01 GT with 49,000 miles in great shape. It's for my 16-year-old son. Stock horsepower is fine. Gonna stiffen the chassis and full upgrade suspension. May do a Coyote swap with PBH at some point. There you go. That's pretty good. Look, they're not bad looking cars. It's just not a car I would personally start with. But your son would love it. To your son, that's a rocket ship. And, you're a good dad if you got your son an 01 GT. Good for you. Good for him. Good for you. Good for both of you. My goal this year was to met with my sleeper BMW to take out full bolt on Hellcats. There you go. That's Edre Ratana. Achieved my peasant goals of taking my first 2 vacations, Texas 2K and WCF, and trading my G37 for another STI. For over time, every week, since COVID started, thank you for the consistent streams to learn. Nick Rogers, you're welcome. Meanwhile, the other, he's a fucking asshole. He doesn't like racing anymore. Do what I do for 8 hours a day. You will hate racing. You will hate racing. Anthony McGinnis says, how mad are you going to be when the Astros clap those cheeks? I'm not going to be mad. I mean, the Red Sox were not supposed to be there, right? The Red Sox were a dud-ass team, and they sort of snuck their way in, then beat the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. In a series best of 5. So that's cool. But look, I want to see a good series. And so far it's been awesome to watch. Both teams just beat the shit out of each other. But if they win today, the Red Sox win today, how nervous are you going to be tomorrow? Because nothing I love better seeing than the Houston Astros or any Houston team lose in Houston and see the fans go, oh no, we suck again. Like, yeah, duh. I love seeing fans in Houston sad. It's a fun time. Wear a Halloween mask at the rental. Yeah, okay, that'll work. What was your dream job? Second shift racing? He's asking like, I love what you're trying to do. I appreciate it. I don't know. I mean, a dream job, baseball player, right? I grew up a pretty good, not great baseball player. I got a late start in life. I started playing organized baseball at 13 years old, and I became a pretty decent left fielder. I was able to hit high 400s, low 500s, and my best years were from 14 to 18 years old. And then after that, where do you play? I lived in a state where it was cold 7 months out of the year. 7 months out of the year, it was cold. So I didn't work. I didn't poor shit. Work for my dad wasn't going to pay for a traveling team, and I couldn't do anything. In Florida, I see these kids playing year round. I'm like, oh my God. I had no shot. I had no shot of making it. I played for 3 months and then I was off for 8. And then you played again in 3 and you're like, this is ridiculous. You're never going to become anything decent if you don't do it consistently. And in Florida, the warmer states, people do traveling football, traveling baseball, traveling basketball team, just nonstop year round. And I'm like, ugh, man, where the fuck did I go wrong? You should come up to Wisconsin next year and experience asphalt circle track racing. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, Mike Rasovic? Asphalt circle track racing? As if being around drag racers with their bellies hanging over their fucking jeans with their black racing shirt, you know, every drag, or black hoodie, big old belly, you know, big dumb beard. Now I gotta hang out with meth heads and fucking Yeeville circle track fans? You gotta be smoking that crack. Are you insane? Circle track fans? Have you been to a NASCAR race? I grew up in Massachusetts, and there was a track at Riverside, which is now Six Flags. Very well-known circle track back in its day. The amount of yee podunk, non-tooth having motherfuckers in the stands was astronomical. You want me to come up to Wisconsin and experience that? Well, you must be on some crack. Are you crazy? Kyle Rand says, I recently found out that Gen 2s have a smooth limiter for launching. Is there a way to replicate that on other setups? Two-step without the bounce? Nope, don't do it, because it's better to launch with good suspension and good tuning than a limiter, a smooth limiter. The smooth limiter uses the traction control to launch. Trust me. If you launch without traction control active and good grip and good shocks and good tires, you'll go way quicker than on the limiter or using the stock traction control enabled launch. It sucks. I'm the same way, Alex. I just want to go down an open road and open it up a few times and I'm happy. I'm 44 with my own business, deal with idiots every day. I like my alone time. I love my alone time. Unreal. I wish my parents got me a junior dragster instead of pushing travel baseball. So much money wasted. No. They were doing it right. A fucking junior dragster is a money pit. I know it's probably what you want to do in terms of motivation. How much are a badass junior dragster? I saw a junior dragster with beadlocks and I was just mind blown. I go, you got beadlocks on a junior dragster? Is it really necessary to have beadlocks on a junior dragster? Do you even have to do a burnout on a junior dragster? My girlfriend says I spent too much money on my car and I'm about to dump her and get her 10 rip for my Whipple Carter's Gaming. I like it. Once I got over 40, I realized I wasted most of my life. Do what you want when you can enjoy it no matter the cost, says Mo Green. Wow. Not that. I'm saying is, if I want to enjoy racing again, being in the industry is probably not going to be conducive. I either give up racing or give up the job. And I don't want to do either. I like both. You know what I mean? But I think in order to enjoy racing again, I can't work in racing. You know what I mean? Because you're just in it all day, every day. And it's not fun anymore. It's not a passion anymore. Dude, it's way different with the super lates. Brain cell counts goes way up. Yeah, super lattes. Super lates. Bah-ha-ha-ha. Dude, it's way different with the super lates. Brain cells count go way up. So super lights. I think I understand what you said, but I just had to read what you wrote. Circle track. So images. Let me see what super. What? These fucking... Oh, stop it. Oh, my God. Super lights. Circle... Stop it. Circle track's fucking Yeeville, bro. Fuck circle track. Freeway successful test. Where are the super lights? These are midget car racing, 5-star racer. Which ones are the super lights? You said brain cell counts go up when people start watching different cars go in circles? So does NASCAR fans, are they like the Mensa of the circle track fan? So wait a minute. Which are the smarter fans, right? Like, is NASCAR Mensa? Like NASCAR fans Mensa compared to Superlight, compared to midget car, whatever the fuck they call them? Like, I don't know. Which is the smartest? What are the smartest? What are the smartest circle track fans? You know, like, which cars do they follow the most? Not to sound like a spoiled brat, but my parents had me in a select soccer and I hated it. Tons of money. Felt like I was forced to play. I had way more fun playing recreational soccer. I get it. Alex, you never made the Cape Cod League? Fuck no. Miniback Man. Fuck no. If you were the best Tri-County player, did not make the Cape Cod League. Not trying to be personal, just asking something different than the same 15 cold air questions. I appreciate that. I answered the question, but I appreciate that. Thanks for your patience today. I'm going to Mexico tonight. Elijah's S550. Yeah, let me know if that code comes back up. I'm telling you, I don't know why your car keeps dropping fuel pressure. Harris says, good day. How you doing? Chase M says, what doesn't help with that feeling is probably the vlog, so it becomes a job again, not fun. What doesn't help with that feeling? No, Chase M, this I love. This I love. But I love how people think how my brain works. This I love. I would love to do this 5 times a week. If I dedicated 40 hours what are you doing? If I dedicated 40 hours a week to this channel, as opposed to the 14 to 20 that I currently do, I'd probably double my income. But I have a full-time job. So, you know what I mean? Smartest are those that race on sponsorships, says Mike Hunt. Mike Scratch says, any profession will get boring after a while. I used to enjoy cybersecurity. Now I just want to turn a wrench again. Changed to an 8-rib setup, but could not find a clutch-style 8-rib alternator pulley. So I used the PBH clutchless one. Am I going to run into belt issues or is it fine? Great relationship with NASCAR. That's EPA speak. I think you'll be okay. As long as usually the tensioner tends to be the issue. The tensioner that you're using, and as opposed to the alternator belt, alternator pulley alignment. I have a 10-rib ZR1 pulley for my Edelbrock setup from Kong Performance, and it's been awesome. I haven't had any issues with it. On my way to Six Flags with the family listening, I remember Riverside as a kid. Good for you, 508 Josh. Yeah, Riverside. So they're doing the spooky horror nights right now, right? At Six Flags New England. I love Six Flags New England. They got a nice pool there. And I used to work a second shift job at Eagle Global Logistics at Bradley International Airport back in the day. And I used to go there at 10 o'clock to lay out in the sun and look at the bitches before I went over to work. Well, I didn't have a goal this year for the car, but Lund did me good getting this GT500 scooting. I already got that. Someone said, Tony, Alex, if I purchased a Lund 85 Flexion for my F-150 and an RTD within a firm through Beefcake Racing, can I get the special limiter removed with a tune, or what do I need to do? What special limiter are you talking about? Speed limiter. Speed limit. Yeah, once you get a tune from us, guys, the base tune has the speed limiter removed. And the rev limiter, like, out of the way. He must eat Vagisil like Eric when he raced NASCAR. I was wrong about the Oh My God Cookies discount code not working yesterday. I must have typed it in wrong. The company went out of their way to find me on IG and refund me the difference. Good. You see what I mean about the people that I represent? Oh My God Cookies. A small 1 or 2 person operation. It's a wife and her husband. He goes by EPA here. She's got a couple kids. Not only is she like a bodybuilder, fitness professional, beautiful woman. She makes badass cookies, raises 2 kids, keeps the house good apparently. Homeboy must just be working his ass off. But they went out of their way to find this guy on IG because he said the discount code didn't work. Boy, what a company, huh? It's a small thing, and I hope it becomes a big thing. But as I said, sometimes when something becomes really big, it becomes a job that you hate. So I hope they can still have a bunch of fun doing it and make good money. That's the goal. Like, in my opinion, if I was able to, like, I don't know, like tune 7 cars a week, right? And make $4,000 a week. Badass, right? Badass. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, like, ever, because that would be fun and lucrative. Look up the Midwest Tour Super Lattes. He calls them super lates. Why do you call them super lates? Maybe, are you spelling it right? Super lates? Tundra super late models? Oh, are you fucking kidding me? You're saying like actual NASCAR style cars. Stop it. I am not like super late models. Are you fucking insane? You want me to watch basically NASCAR's B division and you think it's going to be fun?
Round number 6 of the Toyota Southwest Superlates here at Willow Springs.
You think I'm going to be caught dead watching this shit? Fucking internet, bro. Internet can suck my dick, bro. I pay $250.
But also find your speed in these
$250
for when you use.
Oh, I'm so bored. Oh my god. When are you guys gonna crash?
We've also seen it where
boring.
Cruises.
Boring. Fucking gay. Get the fuck out of here. What is the Lambo Road Racing Series? Fuck this. This is whack as shit. Aha! Super Trofeo. You want to get my dick hard? You want to get my dick hard? You want to get my dick hard? This shit. If you want to watch any kind of racing, look at these cars. Let's shut the fuck up.
Waves, and it does, and what a jump by Sandy Mitchell. I think spares Wally
immediately
defensive.
Lambos.
Slides over in front of the 09
baller league.
Of Jake Edson, and what a job Edson did
Jeez,
yesterday, finishing
bro.
third overall, and now he is side by side.
Nah, bro, super lattes
through turn
Let's
1.
watch super
Corey
lattes
Lewis behind the wheel of that white Precision
How
Performance
about the
Motorsports
Australian
Lamborghini
supercar, whatever the fuck? Supercar, no, it's super truck, no, it's supercar. Supercar racing? Australian supercars? Right? Oh, fuck yeah, bro. At Mount Panorama. Yeah. Oh, no. Let's watch Super Lattes.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Hello. All right. Let's watch Super Lattes. Fuck that. D1990 gave me $2. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. Let Sony sit on your lap while we dig that pup. You're weird. Coca-Cola, Cali Nono, just mail your mom in Arizona. She can mail it to you. What is happening? Oh my God. I love that series. Absolutely love that shit. I love Formula 1 too. GT3 racing is the best class, I'd say. Jared Wells, I'm still surprised Rich Girl didn't pay for your dinner. There were so many red flags last night. She called me today, homeboy. We'll talk about it later. Road racing is super dope to me. Oh my God, should hire Alex Cooking with YOLO. The V8's Aussie supercars, Easy 9s though. They turn into GT3, IMSA series, Lambo. They run into also. Hey, Alex. Gonzo the Great says, I'm considering a 630 swap with my twin turbo 14. The car's mostly street driven. If I keep my power down to around 9 and 950, when I need the regular PB8 630 rebuild, they're fine with if I need a 4R200. You don't need a 4R200 ever. Blue Streak makes a billet planetary that allows you to retain all 6 gears, but it is big boy money. It's big boy money. So if you're willing to do the billet one way, the badass intermediate shaft, the badass clutches, the center support, and the Blue Streak forward planet, I'm telling you, bro, you're going to spend good money, but you'll probably never have to rebuild that 6R80 again. No dating stream tonight, Angel H, but we'll see. I don't know. I might have some stuff going on. Circling back to yesterday's chat, don't let the Shelby boys forget the Shelby Focus ST. That's a thing. The Shelby Focus ST is a thing. Oh my effing God. Laugh Mouse, was she day drinking again? Bro, called me last night twice at 2 in the morning, Jared Wells. You know what happens when you call me at 2 in the morning? Este bicho se va a mojar. I mean, it's about booty call. You're not going to be like, let's talk and hang out. No, come on, buddy. They want you up here. Buddy. Yeah. There you go. Big boy. Okay, you need to fucking relax, okay? Don't be biting nothing. Lock up the best stadium super truck rate. Look, I already did. The stadium super truck stuff is badass. But homeboy wants me to see super lattes go in circles. No, thanks. Look, come up to Wisconsin and watch cars go in circles. Yeah, I can't wait to do that. Let me see what's going to happen next. They're going to turn left, and then at the straightaway, they turn left again. Then they turn left again, and they turn left again. Are you fucking kidding me? No, thank you. Dear God, woman. Yeah, exactly. Joe Jackson, I might have some stuff going on equals yacht chick looking for that side bitch. See that? You guys are good. You guys are really good at interpreting what I'm trying to tell you. But if I say I have some things going on, este bicho se va a mojar. You know what I'm saying? I achieved one goal of profiting 6 figures in one of my businesses, but now need to decide the fate of the parts sales website. That's just draining to deal with, not profitable, but I kind of love it. Florida Street Imports. Good for you. If you made $100,000 profit in a day. Big boy stuff. I understand managing orders. I don't think I could ever work in aside from this job. Let's say anything happens. I don't want to work in a capacity where I have to deal with people directly. I don't mind making parts. I don't mind selling parts. I don't mind being a salesperson or an advocate or a spokesperson. But I'd rather just go into digital media probably forever because I'm good at it. That's probably the thing I'm best at, is just talking and talking shit. It seems to do well and it seems to pay me a decent amount per month. But I don't think I could ever work in a capacity where I am dealing with people every day. I just don't want to do that. I wouldn't choose to do that. Yep, added $15,000 to the price of the base Focus ST. Supposedly they made 500 Ford Focus. Oh, hold on, Tony. Focus ST Shelby? Are you kidding me? They made a Shelby. Oh my God, this is so gay. Holy shit, the gayest thing I've ever seen. They slapped a Shelby name on a Focus ST. Does Shelby have no shame? Shelby, do you have no shame? Like, do you just slap Shelby shit on everything? Isn't there a fucking Shelby F350? Isn't there a Shelby F350? Have you no shame, sir? What the fuck does that go for? By the way, great resolution on that photo, huh? They actually went ahead and the Shelby 1000 Diesel Edition. Oh my gay. Wow. And I guarantee there's a Shelby guy out there going, I think I want that. Look at this big dumb badge in the front. 1000. I have no dick and I'm letting everyone know, but I have a hefty bank account. I guarantee somebody will look at the bumper. How gay. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is a little atrocious. But it's a fast truck. But it's atrocious. It looks just shit. But someone will buy it. Some shithead will buy it. Some dumb motherfucker will look at this and go, it's badass. Oh my God. Oh, this is so gay. I can't. Shelby, have you no shame? Like, have you no shame? It's crazy. Alex, get yourself a Google Fiber 1000 gigabyte for 70 a month. Yeah, okay. Show me where I can find that shit. Can't find that shit anywhere. It's not available everywhere. Alex, any love for sprint boats? Basically, autocross on 3-foot water with 1,200 horsepower, alcohol jet boats, awesome sounds and some wild. I mean, I'd probably love to watch that, but what am I going to do? Like, get into it like Cletus is? That's what Cletus is doing, right? He's getting into boats. And his channel, believe it or not, people are watching the boat stuff more than they're watching the car stuff. It's kind of funny. That's what I hear. What about the Dakota Shelby? I already did that yesterday, the sticker pack. Celine did the same thing with the Focus along with Escape and Ranger. They also did a Tesla. Celine slapped their name on a Tesla. And I wonder if they did like Celine does all the time, is put wood screws on the Tesla body kit also. That's right. If you ever had a Fox body that had a Celine or Celine Fox body, the body kit was held on with wood screws. Congratulations, you played yourself. Don't tell HPJ Sam he's ready. He's already having a rough week. I'm sure, dude. I'm sure. Celine did the same with the Focus along. What do you got there? What do you got there? Carroll Shelby versus Jack Roush. Who's winning in a fight? I mean, it's basically two bags of bones hitting each other. I mean, Carroll Shelby was a big dude, right? Wasn't he like 6 something? Big dude, but he had heart trouble. So you got to put that into account. So tail of the tape, 6'2", or 6'3", big Texas guy versus a 5'7", prime for prime. I still got my money on Shelby. I got my money just based on size. Alex, are you having PC issues? I don't know your setup, but you might need to upgrade to a PC that can handle more. Well, no fucking shit. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Alex doesn't do what the mainstream YouTubers do, which is what makes me like his channel. Not the same repetitive bullshit with different characters. How many times have you heard Cletus or anyone in the Ford game call Shelby and Roush 2 bags of bones? Well, you're a fucking asshole. Am I wrong? I'm not here to like gain favor of the bigwigs, okay? I've tried to play that game and it got me, dude. what the fuck? You can't bite my finger. It got me nowhere. Shelby Truck is gay, but some idiot will buy it. Someone said he's entered the chat. They like 100,000 NA Coyote. No, thanks. No, thanks. Exactly. He's talking shit on It's Just a Six. Dude, that he's all right. A little misguided, but he's all right. Some guy out here has one of those Celine Teslas. Can't confirm wood screws, but looks good. Chill, bro. like I met Mr. Jack Roush. Nice guy. But obviously it was after his plane crash, right? He had a plane crash. And I think he was flying his jet, whatever the fuck, and just totally flubbed the landing. And then I don't think he was ever right after that. But I met him. One of the guys at Roush, not an executive, but a guy who works at Roush, said, "Hey man, I love your shit. I love your show. You want to come up and just get the tour?" I'm like, "Cool." Went up there and we went to a NASCAR race and Jack Roush had the headphones on and he owns, one of the teams and he's just there having a good time. And he goes, "Hey, you want to meet Jack Roush?" I go, "No." He's like, "What?" I go, "Yeah, I don't want to meet Jack Roush. I'm not that guy. I'm not like a fanboy. I'm just like, I respect him. I respect what he's done. Super awesome resume. I'm a nobody compared to him. I get it. I don't really feel like meeting him. No offense." And he's like, "Oh, come on. You'd love it." All right. Fuck it. So I sat there and I am towering over this dude and he's a little guy. So he's like, you could tell he has handlers. You could tell he has like people that tell him where to walk and where to move. And, he was very nice, very gracious. And I was like, the guy who helped me get to Roush, he's like, "Hey, Mr. Jack, this is Alex. He has a YouTube channel and he's just a vlogger and he loves Roush." So I was like, "What did you say?" And the guy goes, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you, buddy." "Nice to meet you, sir. Big fan." He goes, "All right, what do you do?" I go, I used to tune cars, but now I just do video stuff." He goes, "Good for you." I was like, okay. It's crazy. No, he don't. He was flying a P-51 and snagged on a wire. Cal Shelby landed all of his planes. Woof. He's got a serious question. Alex at NASCAR race? Shocker. Plane had a P-51 intake. Yes. Yes. Good one, Agent Orange. Boss has 2015 truck 4x4. Nothing wrong with the truck. Runs strong. Right? Better than any other F-150. If you got the money, spend it. Yonsei, stop sucking your boss's dick, bro. Stop it. No, he don't drink alcohol. Someone's talking about me drinking alcohol. No, I don't drink anything. The guy got caught in OKC. It was doxed. Oh, okay. Yesterday, I apologize. I didn't know. I mentioned that a guy in Oklahoma got hit by the EPA and it was Doc, supposedly. I can't confirm this, but it was supposedly Doc from the Street Outlaws who has the Monte Carlo, the blue one. I don't know what he's got. He's probably got something else now because I just don't watch the show. But dude, a known guy. That's a known dude with like a show and all this stuff. And he got hit up for $250 and supposedly 2 years in jail, but they haven't sentenced him yet. That's what the fine was. I didn't know that was his name, man. Hopefully they're easy on him because I don't know. That's going to be fucking weird because if they're hitting up high profile people like that, like remember the diesel guys on Discovery or the Learning Channel? I forget what show they were on, but they got hit by the EPA and they're still in the middle of a bunch of litigation. And I wonder where it's at, but obviously you can't talk about it. Like you can't talk about it supposedly. Look up the 4-banger wide body petty garage Mustang for $100,000. No, thank you. Shelby put their name on a Raptor truck. Also, Alex is there one certain brand of pistons, no matter what motor they are going in? Jeep, CJ, Bicycle, except what? I don't even know what the question is. Come on, bro. Okay. Alex, you're right. Did quick research and found out it is only available in Jacksonville and Orlando, but it may be available in Tampa at the end of the year. Exactly. You can't just get Google Fiber. And I like how he thinks like I'm in Tampa. I am in West Palm Beach, Florida, South Florida. Do you drink water? I do drink water. I heard that the EPA are a bunch of computer nerds. No, they got guns. Apparently the EPA has guns. Who knew? Did you guys hear Alec Baldwin shot and killed somebody not too long on set? One of the most loud fucking blowhards on the planet. Great actor. Love him in many movies. The Hunt for Red October. I watch that movie every fucking time it comes on. I watch that movie every time it comes on. And and he's a great actor. But the dumb motherfucker loves to pop off on Twitter, talk against Republicans. Then he gets handed a gun on set, kills somebody by mistake because it had a live round in it, and hurt another person. And I'm like, if you're like righteous about being anti-gun, why are you grabbing guns in a movie? Why are you glorifying guns in a movie if you're super anti-gun? Was it the gun's fault that you shot somebody, or was it your fault? Stupid motherfucker. Yonsei Fiveohalex, thanks for the respect. You're out there. My boss's truck is fucking awesome. I love you, boss man. It's the best driving F-150 ever. Love you, boss man. Come on, Yonsei, relax. Doc had a 5x10 sign advertising deletes. Oof. That's what Israel M says, not what I say. I'm just reading. You could drive down I-40 and see it bright and clear. I worked at the Peterbilt dealership down the road. Uh-oh. 3.3 pulling 85 on a Gen 1, pushing it too much, or even if you don't want to beat on it, yep, you're going to make close to 800 horsepower. What's up, buddy? Alec Bardran, gang. Alec Bloodwin. EPA is armed more than most countries and their militaries. The EPA has guns and computers. Diesel Brothers. That's right. The Diesel Brothers got hit, and you never found out what happened, what kind of a fine. They're still out there doing diesel stuff. I don't know if they're doing delete stuff, but they're doing diesel stuff. Maybe just off-road monster truck shit, You told me to go buy a V3 over boosting my Coyote a couple of months ago. Best advice ever. Mean car. Thanks, man, says Alan Bates. You're welcome, sir. Look, a lot of guys are out there playing the max effort NA game. And I don't understand why. Because by the time you buy a CJ Cams, E85, and all the suspension components and gut the car, you could just have a full weight Vortec car and gap many NA cars. Hey, can I install an aftermarket manifold with stock injectors and run 93 on a Gen 2? Yes. The rate Simon? Yes. If you are staying on pump gas, a dense fuel, you don't need an injector upgrade if you put a manifold, an aftermarket high-rise manifold on it. Israel Rio says, guns don't kill people. Alec Baldwin does. Wow. Feel bad for Baldwin. Prop guy put a real bullet in the gun instead of a blank. But how do you... Am I crazy? Why are there real guns on set? Why don't they make specific prop guns that do not shoot for real? They look real. They fucking have a little pop, some kind of something in there that exhibits but no, they need to have a real gun. And how did a real bullet show up to that motherfucker? I'm good. I'm going to pass on that. Didn't Bruce Lee's son die the exact same way? Brandon, I think it was. Let's go, Brandon. Is it Brandon Lee? Yeah. Brandon Lee and other deaths on set. Brandon Lee, Wikipedia. Brandon Lee was Bruce Lee's son. He was the son of martial artist Bruce Lee, who died when Brandon Lee was 8 years old, and followed by his father path, trained in martial arts, yada yada, transitioning Hollywood, early life career. Let's go to death. Death on March 31, 1993. Lee was filming a scene in The Crow where his character is shot and killed by thugs. In the scene, Lee's character walks into an apartment, discovers his fiancée being beaten and raped, and the thug played by actor Michael Massey fires a Smith & Wesson Model 629 44 Magnum revolver at Lee's character as he walks into the room. In the film shoot preceding the fatal scene, the prop gun, which was a real revolver, was loaded improperly with improperly made dummy rounds, improvised live cartridges, and had the powder charges removed by the special effects crew. So in close-ups, the revolver would show normal-looking ammunition. However, the crew neglected to remove the primers from the cartridges, and at some point there was a fatal event. One of the rounds had been fired. Although there was no powder charges, the energy from the ignited primer was enough to separate the bullet from the casing and push it apart into the gun barrel where it got stuck. A dangerous condition known as squib load. During the fatal scene, which called for the revolver to be fired at Lee from a distance of 3 to 4.5 meters, The dummy cartridges were replaced with blank rounds, which contained a powder charged in the primer. Anyway, he was shot by this guy. That's the dude who shot Brandon Lee. There you go. Damn. There's lots of shops that advertise deletes in Texas like a bunch of dummies. I don't get people that do that. Super modifieds are the quickest short track cars. Awesome. Don't care. Was a blank, not a real round. V3 is better car than a Hellcat, but the Hellcat can make more power cheaper. Yes, I believe that's true. Bruce Lee's son was killed on set too. Crow. Yes, I just read that. How do I wipe? You got to wipe front to back. Perdomo wipes back to front. Supposedly Perdomo has the ability to reach his asshole sitting between his legs. So if you're sitting, let me see. So I'm sitting right now. I can reach, let me see, hold on. Tony's like, what are you doing? I can reach like the inner rim of my asshole, like the closest part to the taint, right? So yeah, no. When I shit, I'm sure it just spreads all over my cheek. You want to take a sniff? Fucking Tony. He's like, oh, let me sniff that hand. I didn't stick it in my hand. You're a good little pup. I like you, bro. Anyway, there's no way I can reach my asshole if I'm sitting in the toilet, reaching between my legs. And then there is no freaking way that I'm going to wipe towards my balls. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Did you listen to anything Alex says? He even said why even send him DMs like he cares what you have listened to? Keanu Reeves is the only real Hollywood gun runner, in my opinion. Alec was responsible for knowing what was loaded. Nice. What would I want to use for burnouts? Twin screw, centrifugal, or turbo? Okay. This isn't a gun issue again. It's dumb people issue. I wipe from side to side. Ew. Gross. Peeps tuning in right now. They're like, why does Alex have his hand up his ass? Use a bidet, problem solved. Okay, let me just install a bidet in my shit. So you want cold water in your asshole. What's good? You got the hiccups? You got hiccups. You got to stretch to reach that wipe from in to out. What the fuck is going on? Someone, guys, record that and say, why does Lund pay this guy? Exactly. Look, I love it. I love it. People like use this show and they're like, oh, look at this fucking asshole. And then they see the viewers. Then they see like, wow, how do we get that kind of viewers? How do we get? And then do you remember when all these other Mustang YouTubers were doing live streams? Where'd they go? Do you know when they're going to do it? Probably around Christmas time when they think they can make some money. I had a friend that his girlfriend wouldn't blow him because he wiped back to front. Said he always smelled funny. Yeah, honey, that was shit. That was poo. Poo and ball cheese. Unreal. Fat House 350 $1,200 worth it, or GT with $1,200 package. Basically, twin turbo stick Voodoo or twin turbo stick 5010R80. Well, I'm not gonna really. It depends on what you want to do. Both cars, anything built by those guys is pretty badass. I talked to them at Florida 2K. God, what a bunch of nice, normal guys, like legit nice normal guys. And after talking to them for a little bit, they were like super knowledgeable. Talking to Jeremy, he's willing to just talk to you about technical stuff all the time. So he knows all the clutch stuff, the PPG gear set stuff, all that stuff. But if you want to buy a badass car and you got the money, get the 350 in my opinion. Get the GT 350. It's more exclusive. It's more sought after. But if you want to just go in a straight line and go fast and do crazy shit, 10R80. But how does their packages work? Because as far as I know, I don't know that Motec can make a 10R80 shift properly. I know they just got a 6R80 sort of shifting properly, but I don't know if they have a 10R80 shifting properly. We'd have to talk to Vitaly and see what he's got going on. He is one of the programmers for Motec. I agree. Terran Technical train him for John Wick. Got it. Fat House already got that. Have you used one? Have you used one? Spray is down and pat it dry. I used one when I was on travel for work in Turkey. No, I have not. I live in civilization where you don't have to spray water up your asshole. Could you imagine the spray pattern of like So you guys shit. Have you ever taken one of those shits that leaves a streak like at the bottom of the toilet, like when you eat like a lot of Hershey's Hershey's chocolate bar, Snickers? Now let's say you have a absolute mess in your asshole, and now you have pressurized water spraying that shit all from under the toilet bowl. Just shit going everywhere. I don't think I want that life. Back to front, that tain't right. I wish Adam LZ kept the 6R80 in his bar and got it dialed in. Angel H, it wasn't going to happen because of the quick 6. Did you guys hear me when that was happening? I said, oh, buddy, you are going to be in for a world of hurt if you're going to try to make a Barra 350 shift with a 6R80. You are going to be in a world of hurt. And sure enough, he was. Those Motec M150s aren't cheap. The shit you can do though is insane. Just pull a small nitrous jet on it. Yipes, stripes. Yipes, stripes. In your opinion, says Pimpin' since 1997. Is it worth it to buy the full Steeda Stop the Hop kit to NA bolt-on 10R80s? Or should I just hold off until boost? I have the complete Stop the Hop kit. I have done 15060s on a NA 10R80 car. Oh, sorry, 6R80 car. Gen 2. So a regular ass Gen 2 with a 350 manifold and a 350 throttle body and the 85 with a 6F converter is cutting 150 high 14s. I think I did a 14 once with Steeda Stop the Hop kit. No issues during the burnout, no wheel hop, no nothing. It's just happy. And now I installed the springs, the shocks, everything, and the thing is super happy. Super happy. It drives really good on the street, like really, really good. How's it going, everyone? Says Alex Gutierrez, and Mike Hunt says, time will tell how long the 6R80 will last on Motec. I think it'll be fine. I think Vit really has a great understanding of how it operates. He literally like looked at patents and this and that, and he understands how it works. I don't think it'll be an issue on Motec. Motec is Billy Badass stuff. It's all about, in my opinion, who's building the transmission. If you get a transmission that has excessive tolerances and it has some inherent slip, I don't care what operating system you have moving it, it's gonna need to be manipulated. You're going to have to anticipate the shift sooner, this and this and that. Now, if you have someone like Power by the Hour building transmission and the tolerances are on the money and you put it in the Motec and you're like, oh my God, it shifts exactly where I want it to. That's how we know a trans is built, right? Every single time a customer comes to us and says, I just got my transmission built from a reputable trans shop and it's not the clutches. I go, okay, sir. So why is it that I have to anticipate the 1.2 at 6,000 RPMs for it to shift at 7,500 RPMs, when this exact same tune file on a PBH or manual midnight performance built transmission is commanded at 7,500 and it hits at 7,500? I don't know, but I know that they're reputable. No, they're not. They might know 4L80 or Chevy stuff, but just because you know 4L80 and this and that and this and C4s and, and C6s doesn't mean you know 6R80. It just doesn't. Maybe you go, oh, I can take it apart, put it together, fine. But the nuances, the little things that give it that extra sauce, do you know that stuff? There's only two companies I trust with that shit, and that's PBH and Midnight. Now, other companies might be mad at me, like Finish Line and HPJ and this and this and that. I'm not saying your shit is bad. I'm just saying I don't know. But I know for a fact, based on working with manual stuff and PBH stuff, that it's legit. Now, all those shops that I mentioned, they know their shit. I have not experienced any issues with anything like any of the customers we work with the shops, like HPJ, Finish Line. They build transmission. I haven't had issues. But other guys that say, oh, I got it built at a reputable shop, and it's Bobo McGee's 6R80 or Bobo McGee's trans shop, and they're reputable because they build Peterbilt transmissions or whatever the fuck they build. Just because they built it and stuffed clutches in it doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're doing. And the tune pretty much tells me that right away. And with Motec, you're going to see Motec guys going, if I have to command the shift really early for this trans to hit, that means the transmission is not built properly. Sloppy shifts suck. People taking 6R80s to AMCO and get them rebuilt. There's plenty of NA Camaros in the 9s. There are. There is true. There is the newest gen Camaros are no joke. They're fucking fast. I told my friends there's no NA Camaro in the 9s. He said that's false. Oh, there's a shitload of Camaros in the 9s. Shitload of Camaros in the 9s. Coyote, Mike Schmidt. Second Shift Racing. Our plan is to bring Grand Sport and a V3 Caddy for open comp at Mod Nats. Nice. Grand Sport Corvette and a V3 Caddy. Badass. Open comp, you can run anything? Wait, open comp, you can run anything. Might be interesting. Bring Real Teal. You got to bring Real Teal. If he don't come, I don't know why not. Just go. Just make passes for the sake of making passes. That'd be cool as shit. The guys at Finish Line they work on my car and they're legit. There you go, Kevin. Kevin Kemper. TH400 and be done. You're not wrong, but mine's slipping. And Danny, what do you mean? There's plenty of people of any Camaro. Sloppy shifts suck. Okay, let's get it. Someone said, Danny Venegas says, I paid $550 for a custom tune and Lund wouldn't be able to tune me with a Steeda closed intake. So they gave me a OTS tune. Well, Danny, if a tuner is telling you that the intake is having issues, why don't you actually listen to the tuner? There have been a couple of intakes from every manufacturer that have had manufacturing defects. Most of them have a not so great MAF sealing area. Others have issues where the insert goes that it makes the MAF. Some people go, I want to tune it without the insert. I go, no, we tune it with the insert, period. Because without the insert, it causes idling issues. And people like Danny, I don't know him, but if I tuned him and I said, you got a Steeda colder intake, put the insert in and make sure it's not leaking at the MAF. And if he wasn't willing to do that, that's on him. That's not on us. My job is to make your car run well. And if the parts you selected are not running up to task or up to snuff, or you don't want to diagnose issues that we're seeing, we're going to tell you to switch parts. And if you're not willing to switch parts, sir, you can go somewhere else. Not a problem. Isn't Real Teal to do with the Fox body that's won like 100,000 in races? I don't think so. I don't know if he's done that much. I thought you hate Camaros, Alex. You saying that there's better than Coyotes, Mustangs in general, LS records versus Coyotes? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? The newest Camaro 10R80 are fucking fast, and you can't deny that. But a lot of people want me to go, no, Mustangs are better. Do you know how much work it takes to make a Mustang run 6s in the 8th? You know how much work it takes to make a Gen 2 or Gen 3 10R80 or 6R80 car run 6s in the 8th? And the Camaro seem to be doing it pretty well. There's a guy at the local track with the newest generation Camaro. He has a tune, intake, and headers, and he's a bumper behind my Gen 2 Mustang. Right? He's right there. He's an 11.3 car. And I am an 11.2 car at 120 with all the shit done, and he's right there. I'm not stupid. It's a bigger motor. It's got more torque, and the 10R80 on the Camaro is better than the 10R80 on the Mustang. Plain and simple. Coyotes are better. Okay, sure. I love all engines. No need to hate on any brand as long as you can make them fast. Exactly. Just run rain mode, says Matt 211 GT. All right, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. That's enough of that bullshit because it'll become a Coyote versus LS argument all over the place when it's merely a chassis and trans thing. Because a lot of the NA guys that have LTs seem to be doing really well, and Coyote guys can't stand it. I really don't give a fuck, honestly. Put boost in it, and who gives a shit, and be done with it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I might be on tomorrow, might not, who knows? But I'll keep you posted. But definitely gonna be on for the Peasant Chat 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Talk a little shit, and then we'll just keep it going, keep it rolling. Hopefully, if I have some video to put up over the weekend, I'll probably post it 8 p.m. Saturday or Sunday, depending on what I come up with. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy. Have a good one, and I will see you guys on Sunday 9:30 a.m. for the Peasant Chat. Have a good one.